Hello everyone, TinaGale here with My Scrappy Ideas, and today I'm here with My Scraps and More Trigger Tuesday, and this is our summertime challenge. So I started with some cut files from the new Artistry Cricut cartridge, and I created my title and some backgrounds and just some fun little embellishments. And the great thing about it is I can use all of my scraps. So I used my 6x6 pad and laid it on my mat so that I could cut all of these individual pieces that I'm going to be using to create this layout. So I love using 6x6 pads. If you're a follower of my YouTube channel or my blog, then you know that. And so this layout is created with nothing but 6x6 pads, and then this one strip of this diagonal striped right here that I'm inking was from a 12x12 sheet, one of the scraps. And that's it. Everything else is from the sticker sheets, and you'll see how I even create a border at the bottom of the page with the washi tape. And so you can create some great layouts with just 6x6 paper pads. So this die cut that I cut out with these little flowers, I used it kind of as a stencil because I wanted a little bit of color behind on the background, and so I just laid it on my cardstock and used my distress ink just real lightly. And it just created that floral background, as you can see. And I'm going to put a little cluster up at the top left, so I wanted just a hint up there. And it's something that most people are not even going to see in the finished layout. But it does enhance the layout quite a bit. It creates just another layer behind all of that. So I have two photos that I'm going to be using for this layout. And I'm just going to create kind of a block over here for them. But then again, on my embellishments, if you'll watch it, it's kind of a backwards L shape. So that's kind of my design principle that I'm starting with, is a backwards L. And so these are the two photos I have, and I'm just taking the 6x6 papers and just kind of alternating them at an angle behind that just to create some mats. So even though you're scrapbooking 4x6 photos, you can still use your 6x6 pads as mats. And I kind of laid it up there and then start adhering from the top down. And when I get to this white with the polka dot, you'll notice that I couldn't quite decide how I wanted it. And I wanted it kind of going above and below or off to one side. So I'm going to end up taking it out and cutting it in half so that I can pull it above and below the photo. So that's another little trick if you're using 6x6 papers to try to mat photos, is just cut it in half and pull it apart. I wanted to make sure that diagonal stripe was fairly straight. I'm usually not one to grab a ruler or anything, but since it was diagonal and I had all of the 6x6 pads going at angles and stuff like that, it'd been really easy to get that one off, and then when you're looking at it in an album it would have been distracting, and so I just kind of pulled my ruler out to just make sure it was fairly straight. And now I'm just going to tuck this flower embellishment up underneath the photos, and this is just going to create a background for my title and clusters that's going to go over there. And then on the cut file, it had a border strip that matched that background circle. And so I just cut a couple of those at it's probably about a 3/4 inch or so, something small, because I wanted a border along this one edge. And so I'm just going to put all that on pop dots in the end, because I decided I was going to adhere it down. I decided I wanted a little bit of dimension there, so I'm going to pop dot that floral border. And then I cut out my title, Warm Hugs, and I cut it out with the green and the brown wood print. And then I cut it at the same size, and then I just kind of slid it over so there's a little bit of shadow behind that to help that title pop up. And then I'm just using the washi tape that's in the little booklets from the Summer Vibes collection. And I'm just kind of tearing the ends off, and I'm just going to create this cluster up there with the washi tape and then a couple of the stickers. I have this one that says Summer Fun, and then I have a little flower one that I'm going to put up there as well. And I'm also going to tuck my little hidden Mickey up there towards the end when I go back. Usually I always put a hidden Mickey in, but it's usually one of the last things that I do, so I can just tuck it in wherever it needs to be. Um, then this, well, let me tell you about the photos. The photos are just of me and Olaf, of course, and we were at Hollywood Studios. And this particular trip, my husband and I went by ourselves, and my daughter stayed home because she had work and school. And so this was the first time going on a vacation to visit one child, and one child being gone. So I'm still without both my kids. It was a really hard trip. It was hard to leave her, and but yet I wanted to go see my son and stuff. But my daughter and I always have these particular photo shots that we do every time we go on vacation to Disney. And so this was just a couple of them that I took without her, and they were handing out these Olaf fans, and it was pretty hot when we were there. But I had grabbed them because she loves Olaf, and I do too. So I used Olaf as a stand-in for my daughter for this particular trip. So Olaf did a pretty good job of standing in for her, but I really did miss having her to take our little traditional shots here with the castle sign and one of our favorite shows that we used to always watch together. And now we don't so much because she's older and she works all the time. But so it's really hard. We're getting ready to be empty nesters, and so this was a fun layout to go ahead and get in the books right now. So I can't wait to do the journaling on it. So I've just pulled out all of the embellishments from the Summer Vibes. I have these photo stickers, these clear stickers that I absolutely love. And so there was a couple of people in this photo that were really distracting. And I wanted to use this quote, "Let the sun shine through your heart," because I thought it was kind of real fitting for Olaf and the way that I was feeling that day and stuff. So I kind of stuck that over the photo just to camouflage the people that were in the background. And then just some of the label tabs and the popsicle stick that says "chill out." And then here is this bottom strip that I was talking about, and I just used 4 of these washi tape strips across the bottom because I felt like the layout needed just a little bit of grounding. And so since I didn't have the 12 by 12, that was a great way to go ahead and do that. And actually these little flowers matched up pretty well on the ends and stuff. And then here I'm using another one, and I wanted just a little bit of this kind of pink and orange and the reddish tone back behind here where this title's at, because I'm going to create this long title all the way up underneath these photos and down. And it was kind of a little bit too stark white right there with the title. So I just tucked up another piece of washi tape instead of tucking paper or whatever in it. And now I'm going to start putting my title on. And so the warm hugs, I'm going to pop dot it up as well as these flowers on the side just for some added dimension. This layout turned out to be heavily embellished, and part of it's because this Simple Stories, it's one of my favorite collections, and so I always go crazy when I order it, and I order everything. This time I felt like I was doing better because I didn't order all the 12 by 12 sheets. I only ordered a few and then ordered the 6 by 6 pad, but I ordered, I think, pretty much all of the embellishments. So I had lots and lots of embellishments, and so I'm just using them up like there's no tomorrow. I'm just, whatever I want to stick on there, I'm sticking on there. So there's a lot on this layout, but in the end, I thought it looked really good. I don't think it's distracting or anything. I just think it's very heavily embellished, but yeah. So the title, I was wanting some bigger letters, and I always order the alphabet sticker sheets with the collections, but the ones that I wanted in the larger font were too big for my title. I needed a little bit smaller, and so the colors weren't matching up on the sizes that I wanted, and so I used the smaller uppercase in the red for the word "from," and then I went back to my Cricut cartridge and cut out the Hollywood Studios, and this is the new font that's on the Artistry cartridge, and I just absolutely love it. If you follow along any of the trends and all of that, this font where they don't cut out the centers and stuff, that's very on trend. So I decided to just cut my own title for the rest of it, and I went ahead and used that brown wood grain pattern from the collection. So I felt like that was a nice little finish, and by being the brown being a neutral color and stuff, it was a nice rest for your eyes because there is so much going on in this layout and all of the colors and everything in this collection. So choosing that dark brown was a really good option. So I finished up at the top. I went ahead and I got the flower sticker and I pop dotted it up as well. And there's my little hidden Mickey. The sunglasses are another cut from the artistry cartridge, and I thought those were just too fun since Olaf has his glasses on and I had my sunglasses on. And so I thought that was a really great little embellishment as well, along with that popsicle stick. And then just a few more little things. This little camera and another pair of the glasses. I cut them in different sizes so I could use them. And then another little flower. And I chose an arrow to put with the title too. I felt like it needed just a little bit more. And then here is the brads. And that's pretty much going to finish the layout. Like I said, real heavily embellished. I had all of the stickers and the washies and all of that, so I just decided to use them up. And again, I'm really happy with the layout. I can't wait to finish out the journaling and stuff just to tell the story. I have my pen here that I'm going around just like I have been here lately, just doing some outlining. I'll have some still shots at the end for you to look at. I'd love to have you come over to My Scraps and More and join in on the Tuesday Trigger Challenge. You have till the end of the month to participate. And the challenge was just a summertime theme, and then use at least 3 different kinds of embellishments. So stickers, die cuts, brads, you know, you name it. Just choose 3 and pile it on. And yep, so thanks for watching. I'll have all of my information at the end after all of the close-ups and the still shots. You can also always go to my blog at tiggerscrapplace.blogspot.com for more close-ups and links to the products that I used. You can get all of the Simple Story Summer Vibes at the My Scraps and More store, and right now there's a 40% off sale, so go grab it, grab it, grab it. And here's a look at the artistry cartridge, and if you're interested in that, then you just contact me directly at one of the links. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for a new Scrap Mingle layout. Thanks for watching. Bye.